Once upon a time, there were two equally trained adjusters, Jake and Kevin. Jake's first deployment started out strong. He got his first 35 claims, booked his hotel, built his schedule, and within days, he was falling behind. He spent hours every day stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. He got dinged by QA for missing damage on 3 properties and had to revisit 10 claims for re-inspections. Jake slowly watched his stress build while Kevin kept getting ahead, experiencing none of Jake's troubles. Jake wasn't lazy, he wasn't untrained, he just didn't have a logistics system. So what did Kevin do differently? Let's talk about it, starting now. I'm Matt with Adjuster TV, and after 25 years working storms and helping thousands of new adjusters start their careers, I can tell you if you don't build a logistics plan, your deployment will start falling apart fast. So let's walk through the 3 simple things Kevin did right that Jake didn't, and how you can do the same on your next deployment or your first deployment. Dudes love gear, but when the claims start rolling in, your gear isn't just something you toss in the back seat, right? It's your lifeline. And if you're fumbling around for a ladder strap or digging under receipts for a pen, you're not ready. You need to be so dialed in on your equipment that you could find anything you need in the dark, blindfolded, asleep, in a thunderstorm. So let's start with ladders. Kevin didn't learn ladder safety on the job. He learned it at home on flat ground. Do this on your own house, on your own shed. You practice until the motion of extending it, tying it off, climbing it with your full kit on, it's all muscle memory. And the same thing goes with fall protection. If you're carrying a rope and harness but don't actually know how to use it, this is a major liability. Practice your key knots, especially the figure 8. You need to know how to anchor, you need to know how to use your ascender and all that other gear. Did I mention the knot? Keep a 3-foot piece of paracord by the TV and make that knot over and over and over again, because there's no check big enough to fix a spinal injury. And listen, your vehicle is your mobile command center. Every piece of gear, every form, every file, every scrap of paper you might hand to a policyholder, it needs a home. Put your clipboard in the same spot, your pens, your battery chargers, your 13 pocket file folder. When you finish a claim and jump back into the cab, it should feel like slipping into a cockpit. No guessing, no scrambling. And if that sounds obsessive, good, because efficiency doesn't start with Xactimate. It starts in the real world with boots and gear and tools. The smoother and safer your workflow, the more energy you have for the stuff that really matters, like closing clean files and getting a full night's sleep. Like Kevin. So most adjusters do try to find a hotel close to where their claims are assigned, and that's a good instinct. But what they miss is this. That hotel might be on the wrong side of rush hour traffic, right? It might be next to a major road construction project. And when you get more claims later, which you will, they might be on the other side of town entirely. So now what? You're driving into town with traffic in the morning and out of town at the end of day with traffic, and wasting up to 3 hours or more of your day just sitting in your car, burning time you could be using to close claims. So before you book your hotel, you need to check out Google for traffic patterns at rush hour. You need to check local news or city Department of Transportation for ongoing road work, how accessible your claims area is in both directions of your commute, how flexible your hotel is if you need to relocate later. And remember, if you're doing a good job, they will keep giving you more claims. And it's very possible that those new claims won't always be in the same zip code. That's normal and that's okay. So do you need to change hotels? That's something you're going to have to play by ear once you've gotten to know the city a little bit, which I guarantee you will by the time they start giving you new claims. So be like Kevin and pick your hotel with the same care that you pick your gear. A bad location burns your time. A smart one buys it back. Try driving into Chicago from the suburbs during a music festival weekend in the summertime. Go ahead, I'll wait. I'm telling you, it ain't happening. All right, so you've just been handed 30 or 40 claims and you're ready to build your schedule. Most new adjusters will go straight into distance mode, grouping by area or drive time and thinking, that looks like a light day. But the problem is that they haven't looked at the property. They don't know if the roof is steep, if it's cut up, or is it going to require 45 minutes just to measure. They haven't seen the detached shop out back. And it could be a 2-story house. So now they're faced with another issue. Do they have a 32-foot ladder with them? Do they need to coordinate with a steep and 2-story team? Do they need to order ladder assist? And this is why Kevin always recons every claim before he schedules it. So here's what to look for. Satellite imagery of the property, right? Roof complexity and pitch. Number of outbuildings. Is it 2-story or does it have high access areas? Are there vehicles, trees, fences, or clutter that may obstruct access? If it looks complicated, give yourself more time at that house and consider that you may need to adjust how many claims you book that day. Claims recon protects your schedule. Build it into your routine because no plan survives without it. All right, so if you're already feeling like there's a lot to juggle on a deployment, you're right. But you don't have to figure it out alone. That's why I created Road to the Storm, which is a completely free multi-part video course that walks you through every step of launching your adjusting career. It's like the beginner's guide to starting a career in claims, right? Licensing, training, gear, logistics, it's all covered. Thousands of adjusters have used it to avoid the common traps and build serious momentum. You can click the QR code right here or go to adjustertv.com/start. Now, let's talk about the most expensive mistake you can make in the field. Here's the scene. You show up to a claim, the insured wants to show you damage on the back shed, right? So you go and you check it out. Then they mention that they have interior damage as well. So you go inside the house. And then they mention the roof, right? So now you're back outside and you think, well, I'll just go straight to the damaged slope first. That's the most important, okay? Then you miss the front slope. And then you completely forgot about the fence and the left elevation, right? And that's where the mistakes happen. You're missing damage, you're forgetting key photos, and you have to reschedule a reinspection on this property. You're setting up a second appointment. You're losing another hour or two on your calendar. You're slowing down your cycle time, and worst of all, you're still getting paid the same as if you got it right the first time. You're getting paid once to do the work twice. No way, no. And another thing that adjusters don't realize is this. Missing damage is worse than overpaying a claim. QA reviewers will let small overages slide, but if you miss something major, that is a big no-no, okay? The fix is simple. Like Kevin, you need to have a structured order of operations when you scope a house. So here's the system. Roof slopes, front, right, back, left. Elevations, again, front, right, back, left. Interior, and when you go into the interior, you're looking from the top down. Outbuildings, fence, and then finally, personal property. Keep repeating that same thing over and over again at every single house that you go to, and you will not miss damage. Now, you can vary that order if necessary. Maybe the insured needs to leave early, and you need to knock out the interior first. It's totally fine, but you always return to your full pattern and finish it out. And if an insured wants to show you something off sequence, that's not a problem. Just let them show it to you and then say, thank you for showing me this. I'm going to start with your roof and then I'll circle back here to get photos and measurements when I get to it. Structured inspections protect your time, your credibility, and your wallet. Never let the order of the inspection be left to chance or to the whims of others, okay? So now you've got the right mindset, you're avoiding rookie mistakes, you've locked in your logistics, but there's still one more thing that separates adjusters who just get by from those who get called first, get praised by firms, and get invited back storm after storm. And it's how you set yourself apart. We're talking about the adjusters who rise to the top fast, the ones who quietly build reputations that change their lives. And it's such an important piece that we made an entire video about it, and you can watch it right here. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great storm.